G'day, this is James and Simon at South OC Cars and Coffee. What a perfect Southern California morning, hey mate?
I know, it's pretty hot. It's a really nice day today though, but it's a massive event given that it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Everyone's got their relatives in town, so yeah. It's a good event today.
What have you seen that's caught your eye?
Two R34s in the front row, very, very nice. It's two V-Spec newer R34s, one green and then one midnight purple. Then also the really nice Ferrari F12 TDF, about $1 million car, which is ridiculous. We'll check that out in a second.
Absolutely love those TDFs. Yeah, I've seen a couple of C10 pickups at the back of the show as well that's caught my eye. Hey, let's go for a walk. You go and check out some exotics. I'll check out some classics and we'll catch up in a minute.
Had two R34 GTRs pull up. One of them's one of the regulars from the event, the really nice kind of light green one, and then we do also have a midnight purple that showed up as well, and BBS LMs nonetheless. This thing is gorgeous. Attention to detail is just ridiculous. My favorite part about it, without a doubt, is the fact that the carbon's painted as well. It's not just left raw. I think it's done in midnight purple as well. Very, very nice. No expense spared.
Stack of motorcycles this morning, and why wouldn't you? Such a perfect day for being on a bike. So we've had Share as a sponsor of South OC Cars and Coffee for some time now, and we often say, think of it like Airbnb for exotics and performance vehicles, luxury vehicles. This is no exception when you think about it. I mean, check this thing out. This is a van that's really kitted out very, very nicely. Hey guys.
Hey, how are you? How's it going?
So if you want to party with your friends and want to do it all together, Share is another option for you to be able to do it. This is great. So good to see this. A lot of money spent on this thing. So keep that in mind. Oh, I think I'm in love. Haga Orange 69 Z28. Does it get any better than this? Absolutely love it. Love the white rally stripes, and then it's got a white interior as well. This is such a beautiful car. All original. When I say that, I don't know if it's been through a restoration or not, but the paintwork on this thing is absolutely beautiful. It looks original, but it could just be an amazing restoration. I love this car so much. In hindsight, I kind of wish that I'd, rather than buy my 2011 Camaro when I did, I would have bought something classic like this, but what a wonderful, wonderful car. Bit of a history on it there as well. Yes, I'm a real Z28. I was born in Van Nuys on February 6, 1969. Love that car.
here to add to the list of rare cars that we have today is a kind of a UK supercar, if you will. It's a TVR Sagaris. I believe it's powered by a Ford V8 along with a 6-speed manual. Right-hand drive, of course, finished in this really nice metallic gray with a red leather interior. This thing's awesome. Definitely not something that you see every day.
Sarah would kill me if I didn't do a walk around this thing. Check this beautiful Land Rover out. This is such a great looking thing. Now, I should point out as well, this is a really early one, and the way we can tell, notice that the headlights are actually on the inside here, not on the front. So this sort of indicates that this was an earlier model. It was done that way, made common sense to protect the headlights, but then they moved them out for better lighting in later years. This is a very original, very old, but wonderful looking Land Rover. I heard it come in, it's actually a diesel as well. But just a great looking thing. I know there's a new Defender and it's supposed to be great and it's supposed to be a replacement for this, but it just simply is not. I mean, this thing hadn't changed since it was first built. There was so little change on it. It was actually originally, the original Defender was drawn on a beach, on the sand in the beach. The guy who was doing design for Rover at the time had a Jeep that he'd been using, a Willys Jeep, around his property, and he wanted Rover to be able to build something similar, and the first prototype actually was centre steer. They thought if they make the thing centre steer, then they'll be able to sell it in countries that left or right hand drive. But of course the problem with that is, back in those days there weren't indicators, so you couldn't do hand signals, so they ended up moving it to either left-hand drive or right-hand drive, and subsequently probably became the most successful military vehicle. But they sold versions that had tracks on them, they sold versions that were fire trucks, they sold versions that were tow trucks, and of course all the different military applications as well. This yours? Yeah, it's a great looking vehicle. What a great looking Bronco. This thing looks like it's, I'm guessing it's had a respray, but it's pretty darn original. Especially the interior and that engine in it. Oh, it's so great. What a great looking thing. Now, this is not something you see every day. Isn't this great? Old station wagon. Great looking old Ford here. The colour is so perfect for the period as well. Even the interior, it's got the same colour piping on the seats as the exterior. Wow, this thing looks great. As I said, just not something you see very often anymore, which makes it so special to see at the show. Look at that pearl colour offset or accent on the interior that sort of matches the carpet and the steering wheel. So much detail on a lot of these older cars that you're able to customise. I just love it. Just great to see. This thing is sweet. Resto Mod International Scout. The popularity of Broncos and Blazers in recent years has pulled the price up of Scouts as well. And I personally think these things have got as much appeal as the other two. This one, somebody spent a ton of money on it. Just looking at the chassis and suspension underneath, there's a drop fuel tank under there I can see as well. But look at the interior and the gauges and everything, really nicely done. Seating in the front and back, roll cage, really nice gauges. Under the hood, that old original International V8's been replaced by an LS3. It's got Corvette written on it, but of course the LS3 was a GM motor that was used across a lot of different cars, including the Camaro, the Corvette, and even in Australia in some of the HSV products as well. But this thing's been great. Look at the grille, the way that's been done. It looks so modern. There's looks like a cooler underneath there. Really nice exhaust under there. Great job. Whoever owned this did a really great job with this Resto Mod. I mentioned in the intro we had a group of great looking trucks arrive. This is them. I'm a fan. Check these guys out. This thing's a bit of a sleeper obviously. And then next to it, really good looking F100. Fan of this Dodge too. You don't see a lot of Dodges like this around, and this thing looks great. It's got a newer Hemi in it as well, obviously on air ride. Both of these trucks, when you come through to the back, beds have all been raised so they can be dumped in the weeds. Look at the engineering under there. This thing is serious. This looks great. Absolutely incredible. Great looking dash. It's been trimmed in leather, and yet it still looks kind of original. Look at the smaller steering wheel, but still has that center Dodge center cap on it. It looks so good. Patina finish on it. Under the hood, really neat and clean. Next to it, C10s I was mentioning. Very, very nice. Looks so good. So clean under here. And then another one next to it here. Very pretty. Love these trucks. All really nicely done. So check out this classic Volvo. I've got the gentleman standing next to me who owns it. So how long have you owned it?
I got it in '93.
Wow.
I hate to count any more than that.
Oh, that's awesome. And was it in this condition when you bought it?
No, it needed some body, needed a clutch, but it kind of takes care of itself.
Yeah, the nice thing about all these old cars is they're pretty simple, and if, for example, the engine's not running, does it have fuel? Does it have air? Does it have spark?
Right,
That's it.
Yeah.
I love working on cars like that. Hey, this is really great. Hey, thanks for bringing it out. It's really cool.
Thank
really,
you.
really cool. So a couple of the brand new Rivians here. You'll notice when you look in the front, oh my gosh, somebody's stolen the motor. Not quite. These are the new electric trucks. I really like them. I love the color of that blue one in particular, but these are really, really practical. And they're designed for people who want an adventure style lifestyle. There's a lot of little things you can get, for example, pull-out barbecues and stuff. This is all storage in here, plenty of room in the back. But, you know, these guys have really taken off with a bang. They've had Ford buy shares of the company. They're now valued as a company more than the traditional big three automakers. So it's kind of interesting, isn't it? But be great watching how it pans out in the coming months as these start getting on the road and we get a few miles on them as well. That is it for another week at South OC Cars and Coffee. What a great turnout today. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share below.
I know, it was a perfect day today. Great day for South OC Cars and Coffee. Huge shout out to all the sponsors for making this event possible. We have Maguire's, Polestar, Share Your Car, Next Level Detailing, Teen Road to Safety, Pacific Air Cooled, BMW Performance Center West, as well as Sweet Orange Adventures. Then huge shout out to all the volunteers for helping out each and every week. We couldn't put this show on without them. Do remember, if you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee Merch. It's our merchandise Instagram where we take care of all the volunteers as well. You get to bring your car in early, and then Ruby's Diner is kind enough to provide a free coffee and donut for anyone that helps us out. Yeah, which is really cool. Speaking of which, thank you to Ruby's for always looking after everyone here, and also to Rockwell's for feeding the masses, and a big thank you to Outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here. We just could not do this show without them, so please make sure to support all of the shops at the outlets and tell them that South OC Cars and Coffee sent you. Hey, have a great week. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee. Thank you, guys.